Hey guys, hopefully my storage doesn't go out. I don't know. I cleared off some videos, but yeah, we're uploading journals every day, so we're trying to do it. Guys, to be frank, I had a fucking amazing day today. Really A+ day, bro. The only flaw is that I was a little bit distracted. I'm talking about not super distracted, but I did drum a couple of times. I didn't even watch YouTube though. I did drum a couple of times. I did stand up a couple of times. Just a solid fucking day, bro. Wait, give me a sec. Anyways, A+ fucking day, bro. We actually didn't even do outreach. I just realized that we didn't even do outreach today. We had an A+ fucking day. What can I even say, bro? We pulled pretty much all the levers we could to improve our show rate, which is awesome. And I actually talked about this before. I just want to kind of recap. We did so much stuff I can't even remember. So first of all, we kind of fixed some media buying issues with clients. That's number one. And then after that, we edited our VSL, uploaded to the funnel. And then we fixed the entire funnel. So all the social proof and the page and all that stuff, it looks a lot better now. And then I recorded the appointment confirmation video, uploaded that. So pretty much everything from the pre-call, I fixed. The VSL, the appointment confirmation video, and the funnel itself. It's a lot fucking better now. In fact, someone even looked at it and they liked it. I don't know. That could be a coincidence because he was a really good prospect. He's an amazing prospect in today's market. So I don't know. We'll have to get more volume. But we fixed all that stuff. And then I fixed the booking process completely. I can actually just plug and play it. And I just gotta not be a pussy and go through with it, and it'll be just fine. We did that. We made the Q&As for cold calling and sales. Now, I'll be honest with you. I will be honest with you. They're not fully complete. They're kind of BS. It was made by Mozy AI. And I don't really know what good Q&As look like. So it was kind of hard to decide. It actually took a fucking long... It took hours. It took an hour or two to really make those. I just got to tweak it a bit. Make it actually conversational instead of just AI. But we used our factors of value to create those. So once they get tweaked, they're going to be amazing. Now, the sales ones are going to be way easier to figure out. It's more of the cold calling ones. Because cold calling, you got to be quick. You got to be super value. And you got to really convince someone to make a pretty big commitment for the time you called in a short period of time. So figuring that out is the hardest part, in my opinion. But we're figuring it out. I think it's better to just apply than try to make the perfect solution. And then we'll tweak it later, So that's how that worked. We worked on the Q&As for cold calling and sales. We also made all the ad automations that we need. So getting a reply. The only thing I need to make right now is the automation for the lead, because I only really have an automation for the booking. So for the booking, I made an automation that pretty much spams them to reply yes, and then from there I made the automation. I made the reminders a bit better. I actually there's a few things I gotta finish up. So for example, the reminders for the ads, I think I have to finish that up. I'll have to check, or I don't know if I finished it or not, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty sure I finished that up. And that brings me to my next thing, which is the triages. So today I made 3 triages today, and it took quite a long time as well. I made the triage for cold calling. I made the triage for paid ads for just a lead. And I also made the triage for paid ads when they booked the meeting. 3 separate things. And by the way, the cold calling could just be called outbound. So that triage is going to be applied to cold calling and SMS, I believe. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think, honestly, SMS as well. Because we do go deeper into SMS. We do go a bit deeper, but it's not super deep, so you still want to have a triage. And it's weird because the paid ads, the triage is in the beginning, which triage, I kind of learned what that word means today, or yesterday actually. The triage for ads is in the beginning, which triage is basically just like a mini discovery / confirmation. It's basically just it's an additional touch point. That's what a triage is. But for ads, the triage is in the beginning. So as soon as they book the call, or as soon as the lead comes, I call them, I have the triage. Now with outbound, you set the meeting in the beginning, and because it's outbound, you probably haven't had too much time to speak. But in outbound, I have the triage 2 hours before, because for a long time, I've been since forever basically, I've been calling every single meeting 2 hours before, just to confirm they're good for it. And that's the perfect time to have a little triage, because they're already warm, they probably have time. Just convince them to talk to you, you know? So that's how that works. So I made triages for that stuff. And I took a sales call today as well. I had a really good sales call. Really good. Discovery was actually not that good. He was just in a weird situation. He was growing his tree service really quickly, executing well, making not a lot of money, but he had goals, and he actually had desire. It was just less pain motivated, more desire motivated. Like really weird. He was growing really fast. He's never tried marketing before, never had any negative experiences. He was open to it. He was open to investing a bunch of money. And that was it. So, I mean, for the discovery, it was okay. The thing I dived deep into the most when it comes to the level 2, what Owen calls it, the action level, was his goal. I was like, dude, listen, like, you're doing just fine. So why even bother hitting 40K? You know, like why? Not like that. If I said it like that, I'd probably be fucking slapped. But you know, he got to some action level. He was like, I want to buy land, I want to grow the business, you know, XYZ. And then I proceeded to give a really the pitch I gave was really good. Gave a really good pitch, and at the end he was super duper interested. And he said the money isn't even the problem. That could be an objection later down the road, but good flags regardless. A lot of good flags. And the craziest thing is that he didn't even want to know the price. He heard the pitch. It was a lot of information for him. It was his first sales call with anyone. And he just wanted to think about it, like really digest what I said to him. And he wanted to craft some questions and concerns for tomorrow. And we actually bam-fammed it. I booked a meeting from a meeting. We scheduled a call tomorrow at 11 to follow up and close him. So that's really fucking cool, man. He's actually a very likely close. Because he's going to show up. He's super interested. He even told me that, quote unquote, I was on my A game. So that's kind of wild. That he said I was on my A game. And yeah, we're gonna have a follow-up, and he doesn't even have any price to refer to, so there's no worries. He's fully closable. So that happened. That's really weird. He was very respectful. He was actually the most sales-friendly prospect ever. But whatever. So that happened. What else did we work on today? Fuck. I know there's couple more things that I just don't remember. We had a one-on-one with my team member. Nothing much. What else, bro? Fuck. I worked on so much stuff today. I don't remember. I know I worked on something else. Fuck. I'm trying to remember. Let me think for a second. I think that's about it. I'm gonna walk to my house now. I'm gonna go in my room, see what I wrote down, and I'll have a better idea from there. Unless it pops up, I'll talk about it if I figure it out. But I'm gonna go in my room, walk to my room, see what else I did if I don't think of anything, and I'll wrap with the journal. Oh, I figured it out. Okay. That took 4 seconds. Okay, so we did a fuck ton of, not planning, but we just figured out what to do specifically so we can actually take action. I kind of figured out, I think I'm 90% sure I figured out the spam issue. It's actually really simple for cold calling. So hopefully we can get that quickly fixed. especially for my team members, because if my team members can get more pickups, they will have a better time learning, improving, and booking meetings over time. And obviously, so will I. Okay, so it honestly took like 30 minutes to an hour. Not an hour, I think it took like 30 minutes. It just feels longer because you're tired. But I figured out with Hormozi AI, thank God, that all I need to do is buy like 2 to 3, maybe 2 to 3, like not toll-free numbers, 2 to 3 local numbers. We got to buy 2 to 3 local numbers, and then per local number we need to call like 60 at a day, not 120. So if we're gonna call 120, we need to call 60 on one and then 60 on the other. So that's how that works. And I figured that out. So we can actually take action. I mean, it's really fucking simple. We could probably get done it tonight. All we gotta do is buy like a lot of toll-free numbers. Not toll-free. I gotta buy a fuck ton of local numbers and like really make an SOP for it. I mean, it won't take long. It'll take like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. And then I don't know how the team situation will go. The only concern I have about this whole calling thing is it's expensive. I did the calculations, and if you do $120 a day, given that with 120 dials, you average slightly above 1.5 minutes per call. And then I times it by the rate per call, which is it's like 1.5% or like 1.5 cents. So if you do 120 calls every single day, given that every single double dial is a little bit more than 1.5 minutes, and you do that for 20 something days, which that's how many weekdays are in a month, then it's $70 a month for one caller, like one person doing. Now my team members are not doing that amount of volume. I will though. So if I have 3 team members, even if they're calling only like 50 a day, 3 days a week, this could add up to like $200 a month extra. But that'll be a messaging cost, and that's not even factoring messaging costs. That's just calling costs. So that's a bit worrying. Because if SMS is like $150 a month or even $200 a month, and then the calling costs are like $200 a month, then my high level cost total will be like $700 a month, not $300, or not even $500. So right now they're like $500, $300 for the subscription, and then the fucking phone number fees. So yeah, I mean, it's not a big number, but it adds up, so that's the only concern I have. Dude, and I'm getting harassed by insects. I might just walk a bit more if I don't walk past the same motherfuckers. I think I'll be fine. Fuck it, let's do it. Anyways though, let me think here. Fuck, I'm getting harassed, bro. These fucking insects, bro. Yeah, so we figured that out. And then I'm pretty sure that's it. But I mean, bro, we got a lot done. We got a lot done today. Now we have some big gnarly tasks. We have some big gnarly tasks that are coming soon, like figuring out the scheduling rate bottleneck and really trying to hammer that out. At least way better than I have. And to do that, I'm actually going to turn back around in front of this fat lady to just let her know that she looks bad. But anyways, why did I say that? I have these big gnarly tasks, like the schedule rate, which I'm going to probably have to do a little bit of research to figure out what levers to pull. Because, I mean, the lever that I know that could work would take a lot of effort and a lot of figuring out, which is hiring a VA for speed to lead for calling as well as texting. So that'd be a big thing. That would take like probably from a couple days to a week, but we don't want to resort to that. We have some big gnarly tasks coming up in our little 2-week sprint, and we kind of just got to figure them out. So that's what the Friday's gonna look like. That's what Saturday, Sunday, next week's gonna look like. And I'm excited. We made so much fucking progress, and we had a good sales call. So we keep going. We keep working. Let's go.